NWRNO6 here, and as promised for my 50th video, I'll be answering your questions. This is part 1 of my 50th video, and part 2 will follow sometime later, so keep a lookout for that. Okay, here we go. My first question is from Adam and Thomas 1997. Has Percy always been your favorite character? Yes, he has actually. I've always seen a bit of myself in him, and I was always playing with him and Thomas's wooden railway models. I loved his theme a lot, so as far as I can remember, he's always been my favorite character. Second question is from KR4449. Do you like trains? Sort of. Kind of. I like Microsoft Train Simulator a lot better, actually. But I don't mind trains, actually. I like it okay. Third question is from KOQUICOQUI. Sorry for the name, but his question is, who are your top and bottom 10 Thomas characters? My top 10 favorite engines would be Percy, Thomas, Toby, Oliver, Skarloey, Peter, Sam, Pippin, Emma, Daisy, and Diesel. I like all of them. They're all pretty cool engines and things like that. My bottom favorites, from most disliked to least disliked, are Charlie. He's stupid, doesn't do anything, and just a purple Billy. I hate that about him. The second, all the Diesels introduced Season 7 onward. There's just no need for that many Diesels. The Northwestern Railway is a steam railway for the most part. I don't think they need all of them. They have enough with Bear, the Works Diesel, Daisy, Salty, etc. 3. Bell. Just completely unrealistic. I can see the use of a firefighting engine, honestly, but I don't think Sodor needs one. I don't think the British Railway would have one. Maybe an American Railway would have one. But I think the way they've designed her is just stupid. I hate that her water tank is shared between her engine, or her boiler, and her water hoses. I just don't see that happening. Number 4, Whiff. I don't hate the character of him. I think he'd make a great engine. I just hate how he's Aerolite. And is Aerolite, since he has the same number and everything. I think he'd make a great character if he was just a different engine. And after doing a little bit of research, I think I found an engine, or at least one that I like for him, is a Southern Railway Class C14. It's a small engine, and I think it'd be well suited for Whiff. Number 5, all the international engines. I think it's okay if we have a couple, or maybe honestly, I wouldn't mind if we had them all if they just fixed the international incompatibilities, like Hero's knuckle couplers. 6, Hero. I like him, but I hate how he messed up the history of the railway by being the oldest engine on the island. Number 7, Freddy. I would have loved to have seen Ivo Hugh instead of him. I know that probably wouldn't happen, but still. And then, second, just like Hero, he messed up the railway history for the Skarloey Railway by saying he's one of the oldest engines, and still leaving Skarloey and Rheneas to act like 3-year-olds. Number 8, Billy. I have no comment on him. I just do not like him at all. Number 9, Flynn. I see having a hybrid railway road vehicle as being an American thing, because I see that a lot on our railways here, but I just don't see that happening on the British Railway. And then I don't like Flynn as a character, honestly, that much. Number 10 is Stanley. I like him, but I dislike everything, or really honestly hate everything else about him. How he was introduced as a brand new engine in 2008, even though a steam engine hasn't been built for quite some time. And I hate how the engines were so impressed by him, and they just paid too much attention to him. I just don't like that about him. And I like him, but he's just, yeah, he's okay. Now I'll move on to the next question, asked by the same guy. I can't say the name again. And it is, do you like Tugs? Yes, I do. I like Tugs. It's an awesome show. I love it. I'll move on to my next question, which is from Jonathan140. How did you first get into making themes? I first started to learn how to play them back in 2006 when I was learning saxophone. I had a little keyboard that I would use, and I learned how to play James's theme. They're pretty basic. They had airs, a lot of airs, and they never had the full thing. It was always just the theme, the melody. When I started writing them out, just on paper, it was when I saw Coffee Shop 246's videos. I really liked his themes, and they're still really awesome, And that's when I really got the sort of inspiration to write them out. And that was back in like 2008, 2009. When I really started making themes was in November 2009 when I started writing them out, having them notated and everything about them. They were starting to get their backgrounds and everything like that. Next question is from GVO. Sorry about the name. I hope I pronounced that right, but I'm not sure. What is your least favorite Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell theme? My least favorite Mike and Junior theme. Wow, that's a tough one. I would say, and there's two I like, but they're like at the bottom of my list for liking. One is the busy theme. I like it, but something always about it is like when I was watching the videos, I'd always want to fast forward through it. I don't know why. And the second one would in a way be Daisy's theme. And that might be just because I'm not a big jazz kind of person. I like jazz, but I'm not a big jazz kind of person. And it sounded too like I've heard it somewhere before, but I can't think of what I've heard it before. Anyways, that. His second question, who or what inspired you to do each Thomas theme in a symphony style, and are there any particular composers of the symphony style that you generally like or have influenced you in any way? For actually making them in the Thomas themes in symphony style, it just happened. I was bored one day and I had Emily's season 8 theme opened in finale, and I just sort of started adding little things to it. And when I was done, I really liked it, so I just said I'll call this Soder Symphony. After that, right after I was done with it, I opened up the Diesel, which was one of my recreations that I never liked because I don't think I did it as best as I could have. So I started adding things to that, and it made it sound more fun to me. So I liked it, and that's when the second Soder Symphony was made, and that was uploaded sometime later. So it just sort of happened, honestly. It wasn't really inspired by anything, just a good mistake, you could say. And what influencers of the symphony style do I like the most? And when I make the Soder Symphonies, I always keep in mind some of my favorite composers, which are Stravinsky, Berlioz, and Mozart. So that's pretty much what influences me with writing classical music and also porting that over to Thomas music. My next question comes from the History Soldier. What is your favorite instrument? The bass clarinet. I love that instrument. Bass clarinets are just awesome. Go bass clarinet. The next question is from That Lego Random Guy 1. What is your favorite item in your car's diecast collection? Zundap. Professor Zundap. He just makes me laugh, and he's just a funny character, and I like how he came out in the diecast model. Next question comes from Thomas the E2 Engine. How long does it take you on average to complete a song/theme? Anywhere from 3 to 5 hours if I work straight through. If not, it can take days working in 1 to 2 hour intervals. So far, the shortest that I've done that's been an actual theme actual theme as opposed to the Thomas bits I did would be Wrong Road, which took almost under an hour, but I'm going to say 90 minutes just to be safe. I can't really say the longest because if I were to say the true theme that took the longest from start to finish, it'd be Flying Kipper, because that took me over a year to do, but that's because I was waiting for sounds. So I can't really say the longest. Next question is from Mr. Skater Dude 6. What do you think you would be doing now if Thomas and Friends never existed? Probably the same thing, just in a different context. I'm sure I'd still have some sort of steam engine video basis, since I was interested in steam engines before I even watched Thomas when I was a kid. His second question is, what other things do you like other than Thomas and Friends and Cars? The Nanny is by far my favorite TV show. She's hilarious. I'm a big marching band geek, as a lot of people know. I love marching band, and it's going to be my last marching band season this year. Cry, cry, cry. And I love to fix computers. And occasionally me and my friends will just go out and take pictures of everything, so I guess you could say also a hobby in photography. Next question comes from TTTE and Big G. What is your inspiration for your themes in upcoming series? For themes, I explained a little bit before, I was inspired by Coffee Shop 246 to do what I do now with themes. He did great themes, and it was just a really big inspiration. For my Wooden Railway series, or shorts, as I call them, I'm just making them for fun, really, since I'm bored. And it's also just it's just a way for me to do a test with things I buy for filming and other stuff, just in a fancy way. Honestly. There's really no inspiration, I'm just doing it for fun. My next question comes from TrainBoy62. What is your favorite episode from season 13 to 15? Fiery Flynn. As much as I hate Flynn, I love the music, and there's a little bit of comedy bits in there that were, just cheap comedy, but it still made me laugh because I didn't see it coming. So, out of all those seasons, Fiery Flynn. The next question comes from Scarlowy Railway 01. What is your favorite theme? Classic series and new series? That is a tough one. I love all of the themes, honestly. But out of all of them, I'm going to have to give you 3. For the classic series, my favorites would be Thomas's Season 1 theme, Diesel's theme, and Percy's Season 5 theme. And I have to add a 4th one, Flying Kipper. I love those themes. Those are my favorite from the classic series. From the new series, my 3 favorite themes are Rosie's theme, Emily's theme, and I really can't think of a name for this one, but I guess you could call it it's like an intro theme, but it just goes da 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 da. So yeah, that theme. But I also want to explain something here. I do not hate Robert Hearthstone's compositions at all. I think he's a very good composer. I prefer Mike and Jr. because they did a more recurring method of theme writing, where Hearthstone, and this is what I love about his compositions actually, is he orchestrates every episode a bit differently, and it sounds like a professional orchestra's brought in, and it plays through the music as the episode's playing. I just like that about his themes and things like that. So I don't hate Hearthstone at all. I think he's a great composer. Next question comes from Ginger Bob Awesome Pants. Love the name there. What Cars movie short do you like best? Out of both Cars movies, I like Cars 2 better because it has more of my favorite characters in it, and Zundap's hilarious. I like the spy theme they did, and the animation, particular Porta Corsa, oh my god. That was just amazing. And for the shorts, either Moon Mater or Mater the Greater. One of those. I love those. Next question comes from J50 Tank 8905. Do you have a current Thomas merchandise collection? Yeah, I collect Thomas merchandise, some of it. I used to collect Wooden Railway, Trackmaster, Tommy, Erdl, Take Along, Bachman, Hornby, the Bluebird toys, everything really, honestly. But now all I really collect is Wooden Railway and Bachman and Hornby. I don't really collect anything else. I don't really want to spend money on that anymore because I have other things I want to spend money on now. So, yeah, I still collect things. And then there's the DVDs and videos and everything. And Railway Series books. Next question. Oh, it's from KOQUICOQUI again. What are your favorite Thomas toy ranges? Wooden Railway and Bachman and Hornby. Those are my 3 favorites. I like them the best. Wooden Railway because Thomas was originally a wooden train, so I like that. Plus I collected that one the most, really. And then the Bachman and Hornby because I'm getting into collecting those because I want to build a model railway eventually, so those. Next is Thomas Wooden Escapade. What got you into Thomas? How old were you? I was about 2, and it happened because my grandpa bought me the Percy's Ghostly Trick video, and I just watched it, and I'd already loved steam trains, so it was really what got me into it. What show do you watch the most if this isn't the one? The Nanny, or SpongeBob, one of those. And favorite sport to play or favorite sport to watch? I actually hate sports, honestly. The only one I've ever watched is football, but that's because I have to be there for marching band, but I don't even watch it. I just talk with my friends. So, yeah. And now for the final set of questions. Super Mario Kyle 100 asks, what editing software did you use to make your intro? Pinnacle Studio Ultimate Collection HD Movie Box 14 yada yada, I don't know. It's Pinnacle 14, but it had a bunch of other stuff tacked onto the product name or whatever. I got the top end version though. And what's your favorite show besides Thomas and Friends? The Nanny, How It's Made, and SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. Me and my friends, we all love SpongeBob, and we always do funny things that are SpongeBob related. Go SpongeBob.